think it's just Brenda.
Just Brenda.
It's Brenda. Brenda Sluma?
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. What an honor to be addressing the 100 Women of Durham, 100 Women Who Care of Durham Region. Thank you to Ella for nominating us, and thank you for selecting us to be one of 3 organizations here this evening. It's a privilege to be included along with Autism Home Base and the Alzheimer's Society of Durham. My name is Brenda Sluma, and I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director of Sloan's House, and Katie Cronin-Wood is one of our board directors. Sloane Pasher was just 8 years old when she died in her mother's arms, her dad, siblings, and grandparents at her side. Sloane, in the words of her grandfather, was an Irish warrior, born with multiple medical complexities that required the dedication and commitment of her parents, her family, and countless medical professionals to keep her alive. Trips to sick kids from the Pasher home in Whitby were weekly occurrences. Sloane was blind, suffered from hundreds of debilitating seizures a day, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, but during her short and meaningful life, enjoyed playing with her older twin sisters, going to school in Whitby, and bringing joy to as many people as possible. Giving Sloane every chance for a normal life required her parents to be watching and caring for her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Few people can understand the toll that it took on Neil, on Stephanie, and on her twin sisters. Respite, the ability to know that Sloane could be cared for by others while the rest of the family went to a movie or took a short vacation. That it was available, but only in Toronto or Ottawa. And when Sloane was at the end of her life and required compassionate, pediatric-focused palliative care, the family had no choice but to head back to Toronto, far from support from their wider network. Sadly, over 6 years later, this is still the case for close to 800 children with medical complexity in their families here in Durham Region. Respite and hospice care for infants, children, and young adults up to the age of 21 is still not available close to home. And when we draw the map wider and consider the surrounding underserved community, the number climbs to 1,900. And so your donation tonight would help us realize the goal of building Sloan's House, a pediatric respite and hospice care center right here in Durham, so families don't have to get on the busy 401, spend precious time negotiating traffic at all hours to get to Toronto or to Ottawa, giving parents, family members, and caregivers the reassurance that their child is in a safe and loving place, being cared for by specially trained professionals who understand their unique needs. Land for Sloan's House has been generously donated in Whitby at the northwest corner of Des Newman Drive and Highway 2. We're developing the plans for our approximately $15 million capital campaign so we can get the shovels in the ground, and we've been working with the government in securing operational funding once the building is open. By supporting Sloan's House, you will signal to the wider community that pediatric respite and hospice care is so deeply important, that you as a member and as a community understand the need and are joining a network of champions that make our goal a reality. Your donation will keep us staffed